Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the show. It is your boy Rico No Suave. I'm going to say it again. It's Rico No Suave. Welcome back and bienvenido otra vez to another great talk show, everybody. I am super happy to be back with each and every one of you guys. Woo! Man, how can I say this? I said, when I miss you, I miss you, and every time I miss you, everybody, we have nothing but a great show and great energy ready to go for you. Don't forget, everybody, to share this video, but also just continue to show some love. If you're actually on our social media, make sure you share our social media as well, too, what you'll be getting at the end of the show. But let's get it on, everybody. There is some things that's been going on that could be good and that was bad, The thing about being bad is that strikes do happen. And when strikes happen, everyone, it's a way of saying, hey, we either need more money or we need that respect in general. It can be both as well, too. But you know what? There was a strike. There was the WGA. And there's also was another one. We're going to put this up on the screen for you right now. So, when we say breaking news, everybody, it's a deal. WGA and AMPTP reached a tentative agreement to end the writers' strike. Now, of course, this was a few days ago as well. And then, some people got a little bit of happy. They was like, hell yeah. I said, in a momentous turn of events, the Writers Guild of America and the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers have successfully hammered out a groundbreaking tentative 3-year contract, bringing Hollywood close to the end of the most protracted strikes in entertainment history. Come on, baby. Let's go. The one cool thing about this, everybody, is bringing Hollywood back, but also bringing everyone back from a creative standpoint to producers, to directors, and coming back in regards to having this deal. Now, not saying that, why this strike was actually going, there wasn't no creativity or there wasn't any meetings or anything like that. But I would have to say that when they're ready to actually come back after this strike itself, those ideas are just going to flood the gates. And I'm so glad that they came out with the deal. I'm so happy now this is just one portion of it, but I know I started getting emails. I started getting text messages. Hey, check this out. We back, baby. We back. And now that it's a 3-year contract, this is awesome. This is awesome. So all of you guys that are writers and all of you guys are screenwriters and also producers and things like that, let's get back to work. Let's make it happen, baby. Let's make it happen because this is good as well, too. Our show, of course, we do have a WGA as far as title as well, too, as well as the numbers as well. So we're happy that this has came back. Let's get it on, everybody. I have this beautiful young lady that is here with us. We talking about LA style. We talking about Cali style. California. Yes, this young lady here, I have to say, is brightness. This young lady, when we talk about image and also talk about therapists, you can have them as 2 words. Yeah, because they both mean a lot, not just to me, but they're going to mean a lot to you, but also to her clients as well, too. She has helped big corporations to be able to find that image and also send them through therapy, find out exactly what your image is all about and keep it at a positive path and also how to maintain it. Everybody, I want you guys to put your hands together, stand up, just pat yourself on the back because you're about to have a nice little workshop of nothing but inspiration with my girl, Liana Chaouli. Let's go! Are you there, love?
Yes, I am, honey. I am. It's so interesting, it's so beautiful to hear you with all the things that you're saying and the greatness and the gorgeousness of what you're talking about. It's all like this, oh my God, there she is.
Let's go.
There she is, Miss America.
I need to have a nice little crown for you. That's what I need. I need a nice
I
little
have
crown for
one,
you. Put that
honey.
on
It's
top of
right
you.
back there.
Is
It's
it?
right there. And you know why I have it?
Why?
because one of the image therapy sayings, one of the Liana isms is claim your crown.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
don't talk enough about this. Everyone's constantly waiting for someone to knock at the door and come and put a crown on your head.
Yeah.
That's not how it works. By the way, I can still hear myself loud and clear on the other side of the reverb, honey. I just wanted
Okay.
to let you know.
Okay. We'll adjust that as we go. Okay. Awesome. So let's get into some shout outs first because we about to get deep. We about to get into it.
Yeah.
Do you have any shout outs that you would like to give out before we get started?
You know, when you talk about shout outs, I'm always talking about the people that came before me, the people whose shoulders upon whom I stand. And there's many of them. And in this transformational community, in this community that we're all a part of, those of us who are mentors, the shout outs that I want to give are to my parents, and to my daughter, and
Nice.
to my granddaughter, and to all of the clients all over the world over the last 40 something years, 42 years, who have abandoned their unwillingness to grow and stepped into the unknown. Because that's what this process needs. That's what life needs. And
Yeah.
we often are so, beholden to our fears that we don't realize that everything that we want is just on the other side of that resistance or that fear or that. And the reason why I have a shout out to my parents and my
Yeah.
father has been gone for over 40 years. But the reason I have a shout out to my parents is because they were the first people who showed me what it's like, what it means like to step into the unknown. Literally, in every sense of the word. Because
Yeah.
they left Iran, they went to Europe, they started in a country where they didn't speak the language, there were immigrants and immigrants and created a whole empire from nothing, which is exactly what I did when I came to the States. So
That's beautiful.
Shout out to all the people who are willing to step into the unknown. To all of you
Yes.
guys who are courageous, you're doing it, Rico.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. And that's what I mean. I think that's what I really love. I mean, word empire is big. That's a big word. When I say it's big in a way that when you're talking about building an empire, you're talking about building something like a village. You're talking about an empire where people look forward to coming to see what's next and building experiences, building a community, building a great positive image, as far as within the community, but also understand how to deal with negativity along the way as well too. So I really love that, man. That's nice. I like that.
Yeah,
I
it's
like
all
that.
of it. Like there's no light without darkness.
Yes.
The light only shows up because there is darkness. So, people say to me all the time, yeah, but what do I do about XYZ, stuff that's negative in their life? I'm like, you be with it. You can't make it go away, but you don't have to let it drive your car. It can
Right.
be in the passenger seat. It can inform you, but it doesn't have to run your car.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah.
have to run your life. And so that's for me a lot of the work that I do, a lot of the mentoring, a lot of the guidance, which I'm so grateful and honored that I get to do. It's about, where are you? Let me pick you up where you're at. Let's figure out what's in the way
Yep.
together.
Yes.
And then let's build you building blocks that are easily adaptable to your life. A lot of
Nice.
people ask me, well, Liana, why aren't you on the Swan show? Why aren't you on those makeover shows? Why are you, as an image therapist of 42 years, why is it that you haven't been on these shows? And I'll give you one very important reason, because it's against my sense of integrity. I don't believe in taking someone who's already having a hard time with their image, is having a hard time with their language, is having a hard time with showing up in the world authentically and easily and effortlessly. I'm not about to take that person and knock them down to minus 200 so that the show can build them up and look good. That's not my game.
Right.
My thing is, where are you? What's going on with you? And how can we make who you are even better? Because your perfect and complete, and you're a masterpiece in progress. And there's nothing wrong with any one of us, you know?
Yeah.
The fact that we're all here, the fact that we are in the body, living a life, should already tell us that we matter.
I like that. I like that. We do get comments that are already getting started, but I have to ask, I have to tell you this because everyone loves your hair. I just want to let you know that everyone loves your hair. And I think that's kind of a simple, yes.
There it is. It's all real. There's no
It's like, she's so pretty.
There's no color. It's all real. I can put it up in a pineapple. Yes, it's my hair. I haven't dyed it since, I started growing silver when I was 18 here and then here. And I'm 64.
All right.
And thank God that, we can choose what we put into our bodies and how we feed this vessel.
Yes.
So stay healthy, drink lots of water, eat good food.
Yes.
Have lots of good loving in your life. And this is it,
That's right.
And you can show up in the world.
Let's go. Let's go. Hey, so, let's get it on with the first question that I have. When you talk about transformation through empowerment of personal style with S.T.Y.L.E. and wisdom, how has that process helped your clients?
Oh my God. That's like a 5-hour TV show, honey.
I know. We only got
I know we got 2 minutes. So providing transformation through the empowerment of the law of style, language, action, and wardrobe of style. Okay? Who you are and who we all are is an outer image.
Yeah.
And then there's an inner person who you are. Most people don't show up in harmony, they show up in dissonance. Image therapy is the PhD in design of who you are. To really be with and understand, this is my body, this is my coloring, this is the sound of my voice, and if my voice was like this, I'd be a very different person and I wouldn't be like who I am.
Yeah.
This is how much room I take up in the world. I'm an introvert, I'm an extrovert. These are the things that bug me. These are the things that I'm proud of. So understanding all the facets of your diamond is where your empowerment lies. Our empowerment does not lie in the opinions of other people.
Sure.
We don't grow from the opinions of other people. They usually crush us. So finding who I am and you finding who you are and giving that permission to sparkle bright in the world, no matter what people say, that's the path to growth, I believe. Because, as I said, we all matter. And you are a masterpiece in progress.
Right.
And the reason why this was so important to me, Rico, is because the understanding that there could be peace on earth in my lifetime is a very palpable experience for me. And in this day and age where everybody's like, you're over there and I'm over here and you're different and you're fat and I'm skinny and I'm smart and you're not, and all that stuff, skin color, body shape, weight, gender, it's all happening right now. The truth is we're no different and we're all diverse.
Yeah.
And I believe that peace is possible in my lifetime, and peace does not start on the borders of our country. It starts inside my own heart.
Right.
If I can be at peace with who I am, my boobs, my booty, my waist, my voice, my capacity, my lack of agency, my everything, if you can be happy, and if you can acknowledge that you are that masterpiece in your own life and the antenna, then you can be at peace and someone else can see you and go, wow, if he can do that, if she can do that, maybe I can too.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest gift that image therapy has given, whether they're big actors in Hollywood, whether they're royalty in the Middle East, whether they're a woman who makes $2 million in the corner office as a CEO, or whether she's just a school teacher, And school teachers should be paid a lot more than what we're paying them today.
Yeah, I
A
agree
lot
with you on
more.
that.
The
Woo!
future of our world is in their hands.
Yes. Yes. And one thing that, because we can and we will go deep, a little bit into the transformation piece, because when we talk about image and when we talk about how there's so many people that's actually unique in their ways, because you're an image therapist, because you're actually helping to either mold them out of, I know you get a lot of people because they will come to you as far as, hey, I have this problem, right? It's just like you troubleshooting a human and say, I have this, how can I get better? Excuse me. How does it work with you when you have so many different types of personalities? And also, how do you deal with, different types of cultures as well, too, that have different personalities and different types of traits to try to find themselves? And of course,
Uh,
you, of course, being of a great culture, how do you actually mesh with certain people that actually try to find themselves when they have that self-esteem and they have a different culture and it just doesn't mash up?
it doesn't. It doesn't matter. Okay, so that's a really fantastic question. So, as a woman who dreams in 5 languages, Rico, I can tell you that every language brings with it the reflection of a culture. So, English is my fourth. I grew up in Germany. My parents are Persian. I learned Hebrew in between. I learned French in between. So, German, Farsi, English, French, Hebrew, Yiddish, and hopefully I'll be learning other languages as I go along. So, language is the key into a culture. You cannot be speaking another language without bringing the culture into it.
Right.
So, if you're asking me as a mentor how I'm able, even if you only speak one language, you are able to speak the language of humanity.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to have a PhD as a psychologist or a therapist or a psychiatrist or an anthropologist to be able to be witness to another person's pain.
Yeah.
We are all here to do that for one another. I am my sister's and my brother's keeper. I am.
Yeah.
The question is, am I willing to sit with them, to go there with them in their pain, and to really listen, not from my ego, not from my head, but from my heart?
Yeah.
Because we are all able to do that. All of us who are mothers and sisters and brothers and uncles and cousins, we all know how to do that. And we know when we're not doing it.
Right.
So when you ask me how am I able to cross the lines of color or gender, I worked for many, many years in a field that is now a huge field in the controversial conversation about gender.
Yeah.
And I had the great opportunity to speak and to dress men and women who were going from one gender to another so that they could learn how to pass. So imagine you're going from one gender to another and you're 60 years old and you're 200 pound, 6'2" person, and you're going from one gender to another. To be able to pass and to dress like, instead of being a man, being a woman now, that's a huge conversation. Now, I haven't lived that life. I don't have that in my body, yet I can empathize with what it's like to be in that situation. Because it cannot be easy.
Right.
And that can happen.
Go ahead.
That can happen to all of us, not as in gender, but it can happen to all of us as in going from a woman who's been at home for 50 years and now finds herself to be 68 years old and wants to go back to work, or has gotten divorced, or her husband died and now she wants to start a whole new life.
Yeah.
How do you envelop that body, that personality, that psychological structure, that growth, that experience, that life with a wardrobe and outfits that reflect the inner and the outer of who this person is?
Yeah.
so that when they show up authentically and congruently with who they are in this moment, not who they were 5 years ago or when they were 15 or who their mother is, but authentically to who this person is in this moment.
You know,
That's
I have a quick question because you're hitting some of these points where I know you're cooking right now, but one thing that I love the way that you're cooking right now is actually you giving some flavor to what you're actually saying about you hit one point. And my mom was kind of going through this when I lost my father, and when we talk about how they are actually supposed to handle themselves because they lost a loved one, because a lot of it comes with patience with you. When it comes to therapy, you have to have patience, but you also have it within your heart to be able to try to understand what that person is going through. How do you connect with someone that comes to you if they just lost someone that needs you to help them find their image right away in order for them to be able to continue down a path, not going down that wrong path? They want to stay in that right path. How do you handle something like that?
That's a great question. So Rico, I'm going to pull back a little bit, and I'm going to give you a foundational tenet of who I am. Okay? I don't coddle. I don't believe coddling is something that we should all be doing as adults. And when I say coddle, I'm going to tell you what I mean. I mean that people come to me in great difficulty, and often, and this is mainly happening in America, people like to be coddled. Take it easy. And the question about coddling is it really worth it? Do we have enough time to coddle people that are already at a certain age? Do we have the luxury to coddle people is my question. So I don't coddle. And the reason why I don't coddle is because in 1992, I died. I went over to the other side and I got to come back. And I realized time for coddling is up. Because I don't know if I'm going to be here tomorrow. You don't know if you're going to be here in 5 minutes. Sure. And if all I have with you is this moment, then I am going to get up under you like a boulder and I'm going to lift you up, and you may not like it in that moment.
Yeah.
However, it is going to be a steadfast, sturdy foundation for you to fall back onto in case you step aside.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to do it all perfect.
Right.
Yeah. What I think most of us need are people in our lives who have our back and push us at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you say, if your mom came to me and said, this is what's going on, and I lost my husband and it's been a year, I go, okay, you mourned. It's enough.
Yeah.
It's so interesting. I did a style appetizer. I recorded a style appetizer today exactly on this subject. It's about losing someone that you love. And the biggest gift that we can give to the people that we love is to live our life even more dramatically and 10x our lives even more for the sake of the fact that they're not here to do it.
Right. Wow.
They do not want us. No one who has passed over to the other side wants us to get small and be pitied and be sitting in a corner and crying. They would say, if they were here, oh my God, go live your life. You have a spirit that's living in a body. Go be the brightest, most amazing, most fabulous you that you can be, and do it in my name. Where'd you just go, Rico?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Where did we go? We tend to get on this pity party, when shift hits the fan, when life hits the fan. And I go, yeah, you can have that feeling. You can be in that feeling. You can be with that feeling. Would you know, Rico, by talking to me right now, that one eye is crying and the other one is smiling?
No.
would you know that my heart is broken?
Not right now. No.
And I'm telling you what I don't want you to know, that
Right.
right now, a small piece of my heart is very, very broken. That's what I don't want you to know about me.
Yeah. I feel
And
that.
it's possible to be in both of those feelings, those yin and yang, at the same time
Yeah.
and still move forward with the opportunity and the joy and the blessing and the greatness of every single moment that we get to live our lives.
Yeah. I think from what you're saying, because sometimes people hold in things that they need to be able to get out. Before we take a quick commercial break, I think from your standpoint of how you're able to go and deep dive into trying to understand a person or trying to see exactly what they're holding in, it almost feels, and correct me if I'm wrong, being an image therapist is kind of like a way of when someone walks in front of you, not just the vibe, but you can definitely tell right away that there's something wrong, and you try and you might know what's wrong already, but you have to ask that question just to make
I
sure you're
do.
co-signing on it.
I do. I
Yeah,
can't
right.
just go in there and go, hey, listen, I know what's happening. Right?
Yeah,
Can't do,
yeah.
look,
Even though you
not only
had that
can I
feeling, though.
yes, but not only can I not do that with my clients, I don't have the right to do that with anyone
Right. Sure.
unless I have permission.
Sure. Sure.
Unless I have permission from my lover, my mother, my daughter, my grandchildren.
Right.
We want to get that consent
Yeah.
because it's intimacy, into me you see.
Yes.
We want to get that consent from the other. So as even if people hire me and say, come in and do this workshop, whether it's IBM or Pricewaterhouse or US Bank or a private party, I still get consent,
Yes.
even though I'm hired to go there and do that. Even at Pepperdine University, when I was giving my talk, I get consent from the person who comes up and says, yes, I want you to do this, whatever this thing is that you're doing, whatever that is, I want you to do that with me. And I still get consent. May I touch your shoulder? May I ask you these questions? This is a deep question. Are you willing to deep dive with me for a couple of minutes? This might make you cry. Because the truth is that when we tell people, I'm here to support you and I've got your back, I'm not going to do something to you that we can't handle together. I promise you.
Mm-hmm.
That trust, building that trust with someone is
Yeah.
a key element of healing.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm not on those TV shows.
Yeah.
Because they don't do that.
I think even without having to touch someone, I think it's more of being able to look someone in their eyes to be able to keep that connection and try to understand what they're feeling. Of course, yes, you have to be able to get that consent. Where I was going is just if you was to step into the room and you automatically know that there's something actually wrong, but you can't say anything until you get that consent. But in the back of your head, you're like, yeah, this person is actually going through something that they're mourning about or something that they just lost, like a job, or they could have lost money, their last $5. They could have lost something to be able to say, hey, you know what? I need your help, right? I need your help until they come out to consent with that. So I love that. Oh, I love it.
Rico,
Love,
often people don't know that they need this.
right. True.
Look, I had an actress in my studio and I put her in a dress. She put it on. I went to get her a glass of water. I come back. She's standing and the dress is wet with her tears. And I said, why are you crying? She says, Liana, I cannot believe that image in the mirror is that beautiful woman. That image in the mirror is actually me standing here.
Ooh.
I cannot be that beautiful.
Ooh. Hey, you know what, love? We gotta take a quick commercial break, but you already know when we come back, we gonna get more deep into it. Everybody, I know you're quiet at home and you probably are feeling the vibe right now, but we want to thank you so much for tuning in to the Rico No Suave show with my special, beautiful, and they call you in the comments right now, Storm from X-Men. We're calling
I
Liana Chaouli is with us today. All right, Liana will be back shortly. All right, everybody, be back. Here we go. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. You already know it is me, your boy Rico No Suave. Oh, she put on the glasses now. We about to get into it. We about to, all right. Okay, so welcome back, love. Welcome back. I got you a little choppy right now. I don't know what just happened as far as on your end, but it's a little choppy. I think it's back now. I think we're back. All right.
The back. Yeah.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Welcome back, everybody. We have my girl Liana here with us, the image therapist. And, you know, we got deep on that front end there. And I told people, I said, listen, we're going to get deep because this is something that people need to understand what you as an expert and as an image therapist and, you know, go through. So to be able to get there real quick, I just need a real quick summary because I do have another question I do want to talk to you about. In regards to how did you start your business, right? Where did image therapy come from for you, of course, being a president and being an owner of your company? How did you get that started? What influenced you to do that?
You know, people say to me all the time, so how long have you been an image therapist? And I say my whole life, and I didn't realize why I was actually saying my whole life.
Yeah.
Until I was doing a conference for image consultants in DC, and my mother, who I had a very difficult relationship with, showed up. She was in the conference for 3,000 people. She listened to the keynote, and then she comes to the breakout session. I finished the breakout session. There's a lot of people in the room, standing room only. And I say, please go ask your questions at the end. And this woman goes to the mic and starts saying, I don't have a question, but I have a comment. And my knees go weak, and I'm like, oh my God, it's my mother. What am I going to do? and I'm like, oh, you know, we had such a difficult relationship. And she proceeds to say, when I was a young woman, I was in bed all the time. I was very, very ill. And my 2.5, 3-year-old daughter would go into my closet when she watched me in bed with the covers over my head. And she would go get the dress, break the hanger until the hanger broke, get the dress, shoes, purse, scarves, glasses, makeup, put everything on the bed that I was lying in. And she would come, pull the covers off my face and say, Mommy, please get dressed, because when you get dressed and you look pretty, you're going to feel so much better. And then we can go out and have fun together.
Oh.
Mommy, please get dressed so we can have fun together. And she says to the whole crowd of 200 standing women with tears in their eyes, she says, I could not listen to my daughter's invitation and follow her acts. But you can, because the woman that dressed me when she was a little girl is the same woman that taught you everything she knows about image therapy today. And I know how excellent she is because I was her first client.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So the truth, Rico,
Yes.
about
Wow.
what it is that I do and why I want to alleviate the pain that women and men are going through every day,
Yes.
because people use clothing as armor rather
Yes.
than a frame. Okay? You're using it as a frame, and the title to my next book is Put Down Your Armor So You Can Pick Up Your Wings.
Oh, wow.
This is not meant to be armor. This is meant to be wings. We are
Yeah.
meant to fly, and we don't go anywhere naked. So you're going everywhere
Right.
with clothes on.
Yep.
So they might as well be clothes that flirt with you, look you in the eye, and say, baby, I'm going to make you look so good. I'm going to make you sparkle. But people don't know how to go from bud to blossom and choose the pieces that make them actually feel and look delicious.
Yeah.
You know, when I say to people that dressing is an embodied action, it is an embodied action. It's like making love. It's like breastfeeding. These things are closer to us than our lovers. They're
Yeah.
closer to us than our breastfeeding children as women. You know, when you take a cashmere sweater out of the closet and your fingers touch it, and then you're getting ready to pull it over your head, and then it slides down your neck and over your naked body, that's that sweater making love to your body, to the biggest organ that we have, our skin. It's like making love. And people don't get that, how important that is.
It
We
is.
don't get
I have to say, when I put on a suit, I feel sexy, man. I ain't gonna lie. I do
that's
feel sexy. I mean,
right.
I do
That's
feel sexy.
right.
I ain't gonna lie. I mean, when I put on the suit, I
More
feel good.
gorgeous.
I feel real good. And it makes you, and you're right, because you know
Ah,
what? I do talk to fashion designers too. And I'm like, yo, when there's a certain outfit that you have, it just makes you feel so good. Like you're going out and about to paint the town red, blue, whatever you want to go with it. It just makes you feel good, especially when
look,
you're also presenting too, right? And I'm going to
look,
talk to you
I
about
had,
organizations too about that. Go ahead, love. Sorry.
yes, I had my beautiful friend David here. Okay, 6'4", gorgeous, beautiful, amazing, handsome. And, you know, he doesn't have a lot of suits. And I had a whole array of suits and he puts them on. And he looked at my face and he just go, oh, this is a good one, isn't it? I'm like, uh-huh. Dang, you look good. Because there is nothing more sexy and swaggerdelicious and just amazing and gorgeous than people who are in their like deliciousness.
Yes.
Look, I had a client many years ago. I was speaking at a conference, and then the next morning, husband and wife are sitting at breakfast, and the husband is dressed like a pauper, you know, torn shorts, flip-flops, t-shirts with stains on it. And the wife sitting next to me has a 10-carat diamond ring on her finger. She is immaculate and dressed beautifully. And the guy turns to me and says, oh, you were the speaker from yesterday. And I said, yes, sir. How did you like the conference? He's like, yeah, but you know what? I'm not about to put $10,000 into my wardrobe. I'd rather put that money in my plane. And I took one look at that diamond as a gemologist. And I said, sir, can I ask you a question? That diamond that's on your wife's finger, you didn't just stick that into a paper bag and throw it at her feet, did you? And he goes, no, I didn't. And I said, you went to De Beers in New York, you found the diamond, then you went to Van Cleef and Arpels and you had the ring built. Then you organized your plane. You put your beautiful lady on the plane. You organized somebody to package the ring. And then you gave it to her over a romantic dinner. Is that so? And he goes, how did you know that? And I said, if you're willing to do that with a piece of rock out of the earth, why aren't you willing to do that with you? Why are you willing
Yeah.
to show up at breakfast with flip-flops and torn shorts when your woman looks like the Queen of England?
Yeah.
And he looked at me and he went, oh my God, I never thought of myself as a big gift.
Yeah. Image is
We
everything. Ooh.
we all have an opportunity to show up for one another as a beautiful packaged gift.
Yes.
And if you think your worthiness is not important, it is. You
Yes.
don't go to an interview in flip-flops because you want to put your best foot forward. Why are we not putting our best foot forward for the people who love us the most?
Yes.
Why do we
Yeah.
get dressed up for weddings, but we're not getting dressed up for our husband when he comes home at night?
Yeah.
Why don't we
Yeah.
stand at the door as women in all of our gorgeousness and sexiness and beauty? And why do men not do the same thing?
Yeah, you're throwing some questions out for the audience. I mean, they definitely need to know, because when it comes down to the image itself, I have to say it's how you feel for that day. Sometimes people just say, if it's a rainy day, I'm just gonna put up some sweatpants and go from there. But needless to say, you have that sun in your heart, and you should be out there, out there as if you bought the, not like going your shorts
Nothing
to a
wrong.
restaurant. You should definitely have some
Yeah.
nice jeans and a blazer, gentlemen. A
Yeah.
nice shirt.
And Rico, nothing wrong with every once in a while. I'm not saying that you
Sure.
should look like a GQ model every day. However, when COVID hit, I can tell you when COVID hit, every day I would get dressed up, and I didn't see or get touched by anybody for a year. No one came in and out of my house. I didn't see people.
Yeah.
Yet every morning I would wake up, and here's the reason why I did that, because it was very, very easy to slip into the mediocrity of nothingness.
Depression.
And not only was it easy, but people did it and they're still there.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
truth is, when we look at our lives, when we look at the places where we get dressed up, when we assess in our own mind, ooh, I should get dressed up for that. Ooh, the dress code calls for XYZ. You know what? Here's the dress code. Your life is the most important party you will ever attend. And it isn't like because you're going to find a job. It isn't because you have to go to somebody else's wedding and they're telling you that you have to get dressed up. This is for you. It's between you and God, between you and your amazing trust in yourself.
Yeah.
Honor yourself to eat great food, make great love, wear beautiful clothes, level up your sense of worthiness.
I like that. I like that. Hey, before we take another quick break, I have to ask you this question, because when we come back, we're going to talk about the organization piece of like the big organizations as far as how you actually help them transform as well. But one question I do have, people, when as an image therapist, you tend to give them the confidence, but how do you actually help them not make that confidence go into arrogance?
Ooh, what a beautiful. So first of all, thank you for that question. I don't give people anything, Rico.
Okay.
The only thing I do is what Michelangelo did or Da Vinci did. I take a piece of marble, which is you, and you've created a lot of armor around you. And
Yeah.
all I do is say, hey, what if we took away this little piece? Wouldn't you be able to move your arm better? Hey, what if you, instead of waking up every morning and seeking your own guilt, what if you started seeking your greatness?
Yeah.
What's amazing about you? Do you have a great nose? Do you have a great voice? Are you kind to people? Just focus on that for the day. Because the truth is that if you've spent 40 years beating yourself up because you've done what your parents taught you how to do, because they didn't know any better either, because you didn't grow up in the palm of their hand and them going, my God, you, my baby, are the most amazing gift God has ever created. Now go out and be beautiful. Most of us didn't grow up like that.
Yeah.
So
You're right.
I can't give people anything. The only thing I can do is I can ask you to hold my hand and let's jump off the cliff together. And I promise you, your wings will sprout, because I have done it 5 million times with so many different people from so many different cultures. And I always say, Rico, trust is given, trust is not earned. Okay? And when I say that, what I mean is you have to learn to trust yourself.
Yeah.
I know that I can walk into a room and change the culture.
Yeah.
Because I know what I'm capable of and I know what I'm not capable of.
Yeah.
And we have not been given the chance, the opportunity, the openness, or the space to actually go test that out. Because the minute we make a mistake, people push us down.
Yeah.
So in my environment, in the communities that I've built for men and for women, it's like, it's okay. You know what? Go ahead, screw up. We're here. We're going to kiss you. We're going to hold you. And then you're going to try it again. And then you're going to try it again. And then you're going to try it again. And practice gets you to a place where you can blossom.
Yeah.
So I don't do
I love
anything.
that.
I'm just a conduit.
Yeah, I think, I love that. I love that answer, but I think also is people will look upon you as an someone that gives great advice, but also that has actually experienced life in certain ways to make the connection as far as with them. So, we're gonna continue this, man. We're gonna continue this. You know what I gotta put up? I gotta put up something really special right now, and
Go.
I think
Yes.
you'll know about this. Everybody,
Go.
you already know it is Latino Heritage Month. You already know Hispanic Heritage Month. Todos somos uno. We are one. From all over, of course, Latin America, everybody, you already know. Cuba, Mexico, Colombia, Puerto Rico, Paraguay. Everybody, we're celebrating it for 1 month. That's all we get is 1 month. But even though you just get it all in 1 month, everybody, you're going to start seeing a lot of things happening within organizations where they're actually bringing like salsa classes there. They're actually bringing out, they always bring out tacos. They bringing out all different types of Latin food, but also you should actually understand the culture of Hispanic Heritage Month, everyone. It's actually go to the different museums as far as within your area and just show your appreciation in regards to the Hispanic culture itself. Not only can you eat the food, but you need to understand it as well too, and even dance to the music. But understand as far as that this month from September 15th to October 15th, everybody, make sure you get yourself indulged into the art of the Hispanic culture and just get involved, everybody. Yes, of course, for now, we're going to actually be putting that until October 15th. We're going to actually put our logo up there as far as well too, but that'll be on the next show. All right, everybody, let's get back to my girl Liana, because I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves, and she looks like she's enjoying herself. Are you enjoying yourself, Liana?
I am. I love talking to you.
Woo!
I want to know if there's any, because I can't see the questions or the comments.
Yes.
I would love to know if there's.
I think everyone is asking. Donna Marie Bird says, I can't think of any questions because she's saying it all.
Oh, oh my God.
If you guys have any questions, please let us know. Beatrice Davis says, you look beautiful. She says hello. And she said that you understand life as well, too, which is awesome. My man, John T. for free. Everybody, I want you guys to spam the comments right now. Say happy birthday to John T. for free. It's his birthday today, everybody. So make sure you go ahead and say happy birthday to my man. Patty Escobar is checking in. She said, wow, I love her hair. Her hair is so beautiful. I like, yes. And John T said she's Storm. She's Storm. Yes,
Thank
baby.
you. I am Storm.
All right. So let's talk about, before we get out of here, one of the things about organizations is, you talk about IBM, who I used to work for IBM back in the day in the tech arena. I used to work for IBM, and of course it's big and it's an enterprise standpoint. With these different organizations, because of course each organization could be into transportation, you could be in healthcare, you can be in a techie business, the technology business as well too, the financial piece as well. But the people are the same when it comes to having different departments. Did you ever walk into, like, let's just say IBM, for example. Did you walk into IBM? This is kind of a techie joke. Thinking that you're going to be talking to a bunch of nerds?
No, I
Like
actually
geeks?
didn't.
No?
No, I didn't. I don't think of people in those categories.
Oh, man,
I
I get a lot
I
of
don't,
that, man. I need to talk to you then. Okay, cool. Keep going.
I don't think of people in those categories. And here's the reason why I don't think of them in those categories. And
All right.
because for me, the thing that's most important is the human being.
Yes.
And you know what
Yes.
was the most beautiful piece about being at IBM? I did a full day workshop at IBM.
Okay.
And that was local. It wasn't like from the hierarchy up, it was just someone who was local, who was my client, who
Okay.
said, please come and do this for us. And
Okay.
because they have these days where they have to participate, they cannot not participate. And it's kind of like mandatory, but nobody says it's mandatory. And the biggest compliment I got on that day was a woman who was at IBM for 20 years, up higher in the seniority. And she's like, you know what, Liana, afterwards she came up to me and she said, Liana, I've been doing these workshops, these mandatory workshops for the 20 years that I've been here, and never have I wanted to stay to the end and talk to the speaker afterwards. I am so enamored and riveted by what you are sharing and about what you are making possible for all of us. Sure. Because you see us all individually as human beings. So the truth is, I don't put people in categories. And and that is, you know, the thing about an image therapist, if you want to become an image therapist, and people have asked me that many times, they say, what does an image therapist need? Because I can teach you about color, I can teach you about language, I can teach you a lot of things. The things that you need to bring are the willingness of an open heart to see humanity through the eyes of love. What would love do? What would love do?
Yeah.
Love would not break another person down.
Right.
Love is tender and it's strong. Love is caring, and sometimes it's hard, you know?
Yeah.
Being the portal for someone else to step through takes courage on both parts. I had a long conversation with a friend of mine today and a text conversation with a very good client. And I said, I could not be doing what I'm doing as an image therapist if you, my clients on the other end, are not willing to step into the unknown.
Yeah. Because
Rico, I do these workshops and I do year-long programs, and I get up on stages. When I did this for Jack Canfield for the Chicken Soup of the Soul, you know, people didn't know what they were getting into. Jack himself didn't know what he was getting into.
Wow.
And 5 minutes into it, people know, oh, this isn't just about clothing. Because what I used to say is I smuggle consciousness into people's bedrooms and boardrooms, one garment at a time.
Oof.
I smuggle consciousness because the truth is that everybody's willing to talk about clothes and fashion and, oh my God, and I know my colors and you don't need to tell me. But the minute you see the veneer going off and the minute you're in the room with me for 5 minutes, it's really about clothes, but it's not about clothes. It's about who are you and where can we let the armor go so that the world can actually see you in all your light. That's what this is.
Yeah.
It's never about a person being in a category or whether you're a man or a woman. It's about how quickly can I help you get out of that pain path so you can look upon the crucifixion but not dwell on it.
Yeah.
So you can be with the pain and it's going to be there. It's not going away because it'll come. You'll break up, you'll fall in love, people are born, people die, we lose jobs, you know, whatever, COVID comes and goes, all of that up and down is going to happen. The question is, how big are you getting in this vessel? How strong are you? How willing are you to be with those emotions, energy in motion, so that you can be the agent of your own life and not at the behest of the things that are happening? That's what image therapy is about.
Yeah, I like that. Oh, man. You know, I know we can get deep for another hour, but
we'll do it again. We'll do it another time.
Yeah, we definitely got to do it. We definitely have to do it another time. That's for sure, because you have to have a part 2 to this, because you're hitting so many different areas in regards to, you know, how you bring out the image of people with certain things like love, right? You also talking about not coddling, right? Which also brings out kind of like that hard love, right? Where I know what you're going through, but I'm actually going to be real with you, right? Because you need to understand that I have to be real with you in order to understand that you have to stay down that right path in order for you not to fall off, right? And I think that's what I really love about you as that image, bringing that image out of people. The reason why I said nerds and geeks, because I am one, right? Because I love technology. I love to actually solve problems. I love troubleshooting humans. I know a human going to come to me and say, hey, I got this problem. Can you fix this? Yes, I can. Then all of a sudden, fix the problem. They're happy. That's what we're here for, right? And like, oh my God, I know what my image is. I like to make people happy. I like to show love to people when everything works, right?
Yeah.
So
and the same way that you do that, right? The thing that people ask me the most, Rico, is, oh my God, I have a closet full of clothes and nothing to wear, Liana. What do I do? And that is the key element. The key element. And then I say to them, okay, so what are you doing? You're taking everything out of your closet. You're trying it on. It ends up on your bed. Your bed is piled high. Your closet is empty, and you're still naked. Nothing to wear. That is the quintessential experience of most people, and not just women. I'm telling you.
Sure.
So the path to that is understand yourself, understand your body, understand your structure, understand what looks good on you, understand that this is the body you got. I don't care if it's a size 2 or a size 22. Tomorrow when Oprah comes and sits on my couch, this is the body I'm dressing. These are the boobs, this is the butt, this is the hair, this is it. Okay? Yes. Now, the acknowledgement of that and the acceptance of that is the most important entry piece to the portal of freedom.
Yes.
Because I ain't not going to be no Kim Basinger or whatever. No, I'm not. This is it.
Right.
So
I like that piece, though. I like that piece because you can just say, well, if you ain't going to pick up something, if you ain't going to pick out something, because people are going to be like, hey, we got to go. Hurry up. You here naked. You want to go out like that or what? You know what I mean? Because we're waiting on you in the car. You need to pick out something. Tell me what you're feeling right now and pick out that dress or pick out that suit that you want or that shirt. Let's go, right? But I think what happens is that when people get rushed, you know, they feel like, I don't know what, I just don't want to look like, I don't want to look like that.
But you don't ever, see, this is the thing that I'm trying to tell you, Rico. When you go through this process and you create a library in your toolbox, meaning in your closet of your second skin, you will never be at the behest of that again.
Yeah.
You could be driving home and going through your closet and go, oh, I'm going to wear this and those shoes I'm going to wear. And by the time you get home and after you've taken a shower, there is no more rush. There is no more craziness. The thing is that that's a PhD that you need to learn. Every human being can learn that. It is a learnable, style is a learnable skill. And when I say style stands for seek to transform your life every day, that's exactly what I mean.
Yeah.
Every morning you go into that closet. Sometimes you go in there twice. There should not be frustration and adrenaline and cortisol going on and you going, oh my God, and having panic attacks. That's not how this should be.
Right.
It should be easy and fun and sexy. And hey, baby, what do you think of this? And look at me. And you should be walking by a window going, damn, I like that girl. That is a nice looking woman, or that is a nice looking man. You know, and it's not happening enough. That's why I'm being so loud.
Yeah.
Because it needs to happen more often.
Right. I love that. Love is, we got to get out of here because you know what? You just blessed this whole channel, this whole show with nothing but a great image. I'm so happy that you came on my show today. And we gotta get out of here, but we have to put up your social media because everybody needs to take a session from you. For real. Like, they need to get their image right. And this what happens when they go on Facebook to find you. At Image Therapy, everybody. Make sure you go there and make sure you like everything that my girl Liana is actually doing. And just, you know, take notes. Take notes. Say hello. Say you saw her on the Rico No Suave show. Give us some love as well, too. Here's the next one. Because you already know, boom, we're Instagram, everybody. It is her first name, last name. Put the @ sign there. You already know, at Liana Chaouli. Make sure you go there and follow her. Do it now. Last but not least, we have 2 websites, everybody. We have Image Therapist, with an S, plural.com. Go there. You're going to find out everything you need to know. Her website is so bright, you can't help but to smile. Right? And when I say it's bright, it's just so much love that you actually have to see as far as on that website. Also, you know what? There's always an offer out there. betheoffer.com. Make sure you go there. She's offering you a free gift that you want to take advantage of as well too, because once you go there, you're probably not going to even go to another website again, because you're going to love the offer that she's going to actually give you. Love, I had such a great time with you on a show with us today, but I have something for you.
Oh,
I got a shirt.
what you got?
I got that.
Oh, you can bring that by in person when you
I
come
know.
to LA.
Yes.
Yay!
You know, I got to give this to you. And the reason why I got to give this to you is because you have given a lot of people, gave a lot of people a great image to abide by. Some people didn't even know what their image was, and you helped them through their self-esteem, through the times of hardship, but also you even went into big organizations, stepped up onto the podium and just blossomed and just showed them the storm of positivity, right? You actually gave them something that they walk out of that room, no matter who's walking out of that room, and said, thank you so much. I want to book a session with you. And then you actually made them right. Or you just gave them something that they need to think upon to be able to get themselves right with their image through your therapy. Welcome to the show.
You.
Welcome to the family. You know we love you here. Let's go.
Thank you. I'm so grateful to be part of it. Thank you, honey. And I can't wait to see you when you come to LA.
Yes,
see you
yes.
soon.
We are going to LA, and we're gonna definitely make a stop, but we'll make sure I'll bring this to you. I might even just send this to you, but hey, I'm gonna be down there anyways, but we're gonna have a great time when we come down there to actually see you in October. But I want to thank you so much for being on the show, love. We had such a great time as far as with you, but we got to get out of here. But thank you so much.
Thank you.
Love. Everybody, that is Liana Chaouli. Yes, we'll see you soon, love. All right, everybody. Thank you guys so much for being here on the Rico No Suave show with us today. We had such a blast, everyone, and we're giving you nothing but great guests for you to actually be, in this case, empowered, inspired, but also nothing but hype and love from people from all over, from celebrities to also to locals. We got to show you our website and our information as well, too. www.riconosuaveshow.com. That's where you find out everything about us here on the Rico No Suave show. Here's the next one. Let's go. Boom. Instagram. If you haven't done so already, follow us on Instagram, everybody. Rico No Suave show. Follow us and like everything we're doing there. Here's the next one. You already know. Facebook, we left you. You asked us to come back, so we did. Rico No Suave show. Make sure you go and like and love everything we're doing there. And, of course, you know our next one is dun, 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 dun. Subscribe to our channel, everybody. Rico No Suave show. Make sure you subscribe. Do it now. Just go ahead and subscribe because we love it when you subscribe for free. Last but not least, it's mixcloud.com/Rico No Suave show. Please make sure you go ahead. If you love the audio piece of that, make sure you follow us on mixcloud.com/Rico No Suave show. That's where you actually go and drive and listen and just be like, I got my headphones on. All right, on my Bluetooth. All right, everybody. We will see you next week for another great guest. You're going to love it, but make sure you guys tune in. I'll see you guys as we end off the show, just like this.